So traders, I'm going to explain to you why I see what's coming is what I believe is one of the greatest blow-off tops we've ever seen in the stock market. But that's what's coming. But the coming after the coming is probably likely to be a really significant move on the downside. And I want to show you the cycles and the swings that I'm seeing in the markets. I'm going to share all that with you. Plus, also I'm going to share with you exactly where we are right now when it comes to the market cycle perspective, where I see things like gold and silver, the stock market, and cryptocurrencies right now have been making a really big move out of the markets. And so that's what I wanted to share with you guys in today's video. Plus, also I want to talk to you about how you're only really 7 good trades away from 6 figures and how you can apply that to your own personal trading. So traders, before I get into today's video, if you would like to get help from me personally, you know that there's 3 main areas of becoming really good at trading, right? There's trade selection. What does a really good trade look like in the first place? Then trade management. How do I let the profits run to jump on a big profit, right? And then there's the emotional and the mindset side, the consistency, discipline, and patience. If you are struggling this year and you need some help, second description, book a call with me. It's free. And I'll see if I can help you out and see if you're actually a good fit for my actual coaching program where you're with me every week for the rest of this year, helping you every single week. So, second link description there, guys. Click on that and go book a call. Again, it's free. And we'll see if you're a good fit for what I'm actually looking for my actual coaching program. Because my coaching program right now has only got about 20 people in it, right? It's very, very, very small. So, it's very selective and most people don't get approved. But if you do need some help, then that's for you. So, the first thing I do want to say is I want to start off with the actual stock market itself here. So, you know what? One thing that when we're looking at the markets here, and I really want to sort of go through the process of helping you when it comes to the way that you approach the trading and the way that you're thinking about your trading, okay? And for you guys that are just looking for the quick tip, the show me the trade right now that's going to make me $1 million, go away. Go away, right? You know this is a financial market, right? This is some of the greatest minds on the planet are part of this market. It's not a game. Let's get serious here, okay? But I want to share something with you here. One of the big things that really sort of helped me over the years, switched my trading, is I always thought that I needed a lot of trades, right? So I'm always looking for trades every single day because I'm trying to make a lot of money, right? I'm trying to make that 6 figures. I'm trying to make the 6 figures. But then I realized that I'm only, even starting with $1,000, now you wouldn't have $1,000 trading account, but even if you had a small trading account, call it $5,000 or $10,000 trading account, and you started doing a $1,000 trade. Now that's not risk, right? That $1,000 trade, the way that I use it with options as an example, you'd be risking roughly around $300 of that $1,000, right? But the thing is, we're looking for trades that's likely to do a double, right? So 100% return. So 1 on the 2, 2 on the 4, 8, 16, 32, 64. So you're only 7 really good trades away from making 6 figures. Now this is not black and white, right? You're gonna have a few losses in there. You're gonna have trades that don't do a double, and you're gonna have trades that do a big double. Now the big thing I really want you to, once I understood this here as a mind frame, as a template going into the markets, if I'm trying to make 6 figures this year, right? And that's where I was 20 years ago, right? When I first started trading, I'm like, if I can make 6 figures, I don't have to work my job anymore. So then I started to realize, what does that actually look like through the year? And then I started to, instead of me trying to go for, and this is one of the things that stops traders from actually doing well out of the markets, is they go into the market trying to make $300 or $400 or $1,000 this week. And it's the wrong thing to do, right? You're stopping yourself. If you try to do that every single week, guess what happens? You end up losing money, right? But if you could sit back and say, okay, I'm only looking for the best quality trades that's likely to make a double, right? Now, likely to make a double, right? Again, we don't know, but we want to give ourselves the best chances. But what if I told you, even with, a 70% win-loss ratio, you're going to have a few losses in there. What if I say that over the next couple of years, you could actually have a 6-figure trading account? You could actually have 6 figures in your account over the next, say, couple of years, right? Now, the whole thing about how does this actually become reality? For me, I had to then step back and say, okay, I can see this is actually true. So I need to know the type of setups that I'm looking for that's likely to do a double, meaning 100% return. And then my job was, and that's what I do with my whole coaching program. If that's the reason why my coaching program and me, we're so successful, is because we're not focusing on a lot of trades. We're only focusing on we're only focusing on the best quality trades, because we know we're only 7 trades away from 6 figures. And if I go to this screenshot, we're only 10 trades away from 7 figures. Now, this is only if you're starting with $1,000. Obviously, for me, I'm starting with a lot more. Well, no, I'm trading a lot more, right? We're talking a lot more money per trade. So the whole thing about this here is I'm trying to show you that over the next 2, 3, 4, 5 years, if you want to become a millionaire, like actually have $1 million cash in your account, what does that look like for you? It's only 10 trades. Only 10 trades. I'm trying to get you guys to stop. I'm trying to get you guys, your thinking around trading is completely wrong. This is the thing that's actually stopping you from getting ahead. You're trying to look for trades that's trying to make you $100 here, $200 there, $1,000 here. Instead of trying to say, okay, what other trades that's likely to do a double? Now, I say likely to do a double because we just never know, right? We never know exactly how that's going to play out for us. But if we can start entering the markets as a whole if I want to become a millionaire from this thing, I'm only 10 trades away. Right, now let's go look at the patterns to see what's likely to do that, right? And people say, oh, double John, whatever. Like the latest trade that I got out of was Roblox, RBLX. And this is the trade that I did, right? I actually got in here on the breakout and I wrote it up just before the earnings and I got out. This trade actually made me 170%. So remember I said before a double, which means what? 100% return. We're saying this trade here over the course of a couple months made me 170%. So that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm looking for trades. And now this was a trade. This was my system, by the way. I'm looking for trades that's likely to do a double. Now, again, I always say likely because you never know. You're going to have your losses. You're going to have your trades that don't do a double. And you're going to have trades like this that do more than a double. And you're going to have trades that do, last year I had a few trades that actually did, 400% return on a trade. So I'm trying to get you guys thinking that what is the lay of the land over the next, say, 12 months, next 2 years to get you to the 6 figures and potentially multiple 6 figures and then potentially even 7 figures over the next 2, 3, 4, 5 years. How do you actually get to the eventually 7-figure range, right? It's the template understanding. We don't need a lot of trades. And then secondly, understand, and then your job is becoming confident with the trading setups that is likely to make you a double. And no, you're not going to get these trades every single week and every single day. That's not what this is all about, right? Stop trying to make a trade every day, right? Even if you had one really good trade every month, guess what? You're on your journey. You're on your path to what? To now making 6 figures in your trading account. Where a lot of traders, they're like, one trade a month. I need more activity than that. And then I promise you, if you are saying that right now, you are losing a lot of money because you think more trades equals more income. And that is the biggest myth out there that's stopping you from becoming a full-time trader. This is the biggest thing that helps me and my private clients every single day. And this is the reason why I do so well every single day. This is the reason why I do every single year, right? I don't say every single day, every single year. I've really successful years now. I wasn't always like that. I was horrible for many years. But I understood that now I step back and I just wait for the highest quality trades because all I need, even for myself, right? All I need is 10 to 15 really good trades this year and I'm going to make 7 figures this year, right? And then if you want to and then you want to start to really take it to another level where you start to talk about the multiple 7 figures. You see what I'm saying here? This is the lay of the land, but I'm trying to get you guys thinking on a bit more of instead of you trying to make $1,000 this week to supplement your income, that's not how trading works. Think about the big picture, because once you start to step back in the big picture, instead of trying to take a trade every single week to try to make money this week, step back and look at a trade from a 12-month view. And this is the reason why I love trading the daily charts and getting in on the daily charts like this here and holding for a month or two. Because it allows me to jump on those big moves in the markets there. So I wanted to start off with that there before I got into the stock market to help you guys from there. Now, let's actually go to the actual stock market. So what I see here coming with the actual stock market, and this is the lay of the land when it comes to this war sheet cheat sheet, okay? This war sheet cheat sheet. And the lay of the land that I am actually, let me show you this here. I want to show you this here when it comes to sort of, trend analysis. That's bear trend, that's bull trend. Is that the one that I wanted to show you? Oh no, that's my equity curve for the last 12 months. Not that one. I don't think I actually have it here. Anyway, I'll bring it up in a minute. Anyway, so the whole thing about this level here is I'm seeing where we are right now on the psychology perspective. And I see we have a lot more upside to come. Because I see this market is so many people on the disbelief when it comes to the stock market here. Disbelief here in the market. And so there's disbelief here, and then maybe we're in the hope and maybe optimism through here. So if I look at the stock market and the way the stock market is right now, firstly, the trend is your friend until the end. You know that, right? Well, the trend's up in the stock market. If you're looking for shorts, what are you doing? But no, the trend is your friend until the... But no, stop overcomplicating it. Why are you overcomplicating it? Why are you adding something that is statistically likely to work on your favor more times than not? And then you want to add everything else to it to complicate it? Right? Because you think it needs to be more complicated, don't you? And what I'm saying here is that if I'm looking at this weekly chart, and as long as we keep making these higher lows and my moving average keeps trending up nicely, the trend's up. Yeah, we're going to get our short-term pullbacks for a few weeks or so, but the overall trend's up. The trend is your friend until the end. But John, you don't understand. Like inflation, story, opinion. Who knows? Is that going to affect the market today? Is it going to affect the market tomorrow? We don't know. What can we rely on? We have a 50-50 chance in the stock market. This is where a lot of traders, I'm telling you right now, guys, when I used to trade with all these different indicators here. I used to have the Bollinger Bands, the Stochastics, MACDs, William Percentile, all this sort of stuff. And it was confusing as hell. Like, no wonder I didn't do as well as I'm doing right now. Now I just look at the market like this. And now guess what? My number one rule, right? Now, if you want to overcomplicate it and try to be smart, but say, well, if the inflation's doing this and Donald Trump says this, then I'm going to go do this in the stock market. I guarantee you are losing a lot of money right now. Because that's based on a guess. Stop guessing. Trade what is right now. The trend's up. The end. But John, no. But no. And I know you want to go down the path, right? And I see it with this. I see it with the industry. And the unfortunate thing is that we go down this path of trying to look for these experts that talk about the fundamentals and economic data and da. And then we try to take everything we learned in the last 60 minutes of watching a video of the unemployment and the AI and the inflation and what Trump's doing. And then we try to take everything of what they said there, and then we go, and we're looking for a trade today. Why are you overcomplicating for? You don't need to overcomplicate it. Now, that's if you actually want to make money, right? We have a 50-50 chance of doing really well. Guess what? If you can just find a very good bull market, as long as the trend stays up, we're likely to continue. When the trend changes, then do that, okay? So what I'm seeing here right now from a big cycle perspective is I see that probably what's coming is probably a really nice move, like a massive, I'm seeing a big move come up, right? So I'm seeing a big move that here, yes, I do see here, I see this thing holding. Now this is a weekly chart, not tomorrow, okay? Not tomorrow, don't get your knickers in. But John, you said the market's gonna go up and it went down today. 0.04%, you got it wrong. I'm laughing because that's what I get in the comment section. I'm like, you do realize it's the weekly chart. This may take another week to form. 2 weeks, right? So, here we go, right? Here we go. So, keep it simple, guys. Keep it simple. Anyway, that's the reason why I trade. I can tell you right now, guys, with me and my coaching program and what I do as a trader, I only trade half an hour a day. Half an hour per day. Why? Because I'm not sitting in front of the screen. Anyway, so you don't have to complicate it. And the reason why I trade only half an hour a day, because I only focus on the most important stuff. Everything else doesn't matter. Like, I don't care what the inflation number is doing. How is that going to help me place a good trade today? It's not, right? Anyway, so I see this thing holding and having a really big move, right? Possibly coming up into 2026. The rest of the year, I'm seeing a really big move. And then I'm seeing something pretty bad happening on the other side of the 2026. So for the rest of this year, I'm seeing this thing probably going to have a really big move. And it may even do something like this here, right? So this is 2026 here. It may even come up through there and then start to form a bit of a top through here and then start to form down through there, right? Because very rarely, actually probably it doesn't really happen. Whenever we do get these topping patterns, it doesn't go straight up and then straight down like that, right? Even over through here, look at this here. This is, remember, this is weekly charts. That's probably about 6 months worth of data. Not 1 week for you guys that just are jumping out of your skin because of a 1 day. No. Right. And the reason why I'm saying this is just relax. Stop trading based on fear. Oh my goodness, I'm fearful of. I hope this is going to happen. I think this is going to happen. Traders, if you want to become a professional at these markets, don't trade based off what you think, hope, or fear. What do I do? Because it doesn't matter what I think, I'm probably going to be wrong. But when I see my trading setup, now I place the trade. See that? See the differences between the mindset of thinking? When I go to the markets, I'm looking for my trading setup. Now, it's the same thing every single day, by the way. It's not like tomorrow is a different trading setup. No, it's the same setup every single day. Why? Because my setup works most of the time. So when I go to the markets, I'm looking for my trading. And when my trading setup appears, I don't have to think about it. I just place the trade because I know most of the time it's going to make a profit. That's how you actually make consistent profits long term, not just this week or this year, right? Long term. So if you're going to the market trying to incorporate all that other, I think this is going to happen, I hope this is going to happen, I'm fearful this is going to happen, the economic data, what Trump said, any of that doesn't make you a good trader of these markets. A good trader sits back and says, okay, I'm looking for my trading setup. What's my trading setup look like? Okay, well, I'm looking for that. Okay, there's no trading setups today. Oh, but John, I haven't had a trade in a week. I'm not here to turn up to the market every day for the next week and not take a trade. What? You haven't taken a trade in a month? Oh my goodness. What a waste of time that is. I'm here to turn up to make money today. Okay, go click the button. Tell me how much money you lose. Okay? The purpose of me saying this here, guys, is that if the market is going to top out, it generally, now this point through here, which was just a COVID crash, by the way, that point through there was actually a black swan event, right? But whenever we do start to see this thing roll over, we start to get this sort of topping action from here. Does this top here look anything like this here? Well, John, no. No, it doesn't. Why? Let me see. Well, trend analysis simply says that's a low and that's a low. Trend analysis says that if we break the low, we're no longer in upward trending because higher lows are upward trends. So if we break the low, now the trend's not up. Higher low, higher low, higher low, higher low, higher low. So one rule, trend analysis, the trend's up. We're probably going to continue up. The end, right? So now, but what I do say, as I said before, is that we're probably likely to see this thing make a move up. And then, yes, then possibly we start to, maybe towards the end of this year, maybe, we start to form a bit of topping action through here. And then we start to see what, the coming big bust in the markets, right? The coming big bust in the markets. So that's what I wanted to share with you there. Let's go have a look at gold and silver. And remember, traders, when it comes to these markets, always be looking at the weekly charts. Always be looking at the weekly charts and just understand where we're at, right? I've got a 24 moving average on my weekly charts. And when we get too far away, when we have a big move up, we're probably likely to come back to it. To up, back to it, up. We're probably going to come back to it. That's all it's doing right now, right? It's just how markets work. And some people said last week, the market's just, the gold's just going to keep going up from here. Okay, well, no, it's not. No, it's not. Right? We're not going to just keep going up. You probably hope that's what's going to happen, right? So what's happening right now, as you can see, is not a change of trend. So we're looking at the actual daily charts, and yes, if you know my videos, I've been calling for this down drop through here, and you would know I've been preparing you guys for this. So no need to freak out about gold. Gold's coming back down, right? But on the big picture, this is why I keep an eye on the weekly charts all the time. Why? What are we doing right now? We're just having a drop to the downside. What does that mean? Oh, that means we're probably going to have a little bit more weakness on the downside from here. What does that mean? We're now making the trend. Because remember, how do trends form? We go up. We have to drop to create higher lows. We do know higher lows is upward trending, right? That's an upward trend. Higher lows, upward trend. Yes. But how is the low, how is a higher low formed? We go up, we drop to form the higher low. We go up, we have to drop. In this case, it's a weekly chart, so maybe a few weeks or more to form the higher low. We go up, we come back down to form the higher low. This is called a strong upward trend. So right now, step back, look at the weekly charts, know what's happening. Oh, okay, yeah. Well, we're just pulling back here. We're probably going to have another, maybe a few weeks worth of more weakness, right? We may go down, or we may wait for this moving average to catch up, and then we may do something like this week, like something like that, and then maybe continue. Either way, don't freak out. Remember, what's the trend? And then, what part of this here? If the trend is still up and we're still making higher lows and we're coming down, that doesn't mean the trend has changed, because trend is higher lows. And if the market is coming down through here, it could just be forming another higher low in the market. See how simple this can be? Now, if you're focusing on all this other stuff we've been talking about in this video, then no wonder you're confused and oh my goodness, and you're on the seat of every single move. It's like, stop. Look at the big picture. Look at the big picture. Look at the weekly chart. What's happening here? Oh, okay, I can see what's happening. Now, remember, these are weekly bars. So even if we do come down a little bit more out of gold, you know this is just a nice, healthy pullback to balance things out in the markets, because this is how markets work. And once you can understand this and accept this, one, you can stop getting into bad trades. Two, you can expect to see what's likely to come. So for example, for the last week or two, I've been saying gold's getting ready for a bit of a drop in the markets. And I was getting you ready for that. So when this is happening, guess what? When this happens, you are not freaking out about this market. You're not freaking out, right? What are you doing? Oh, I was expecting you. See how amazing this can be? And once you expect it, and this market's come down now, you're not freaked out. Why? Because you're like, okay, well, yeah, I was expecting it, and it's the market's gold, silver, even the mining sector right now. Mining sector, GDX. Why is the GDX having a really big drop? Why are we getting this big drop for? Again, guys, I'm trying to teach you. And so as you can see, this is the reason why my coaching, guys, and yes, I'm pushing my coaching program. Second in the description, book a call with me. Because I don't teach you 1,000 things. I teach you a handful of things. Right? I teach you trend analysis. I teach you the energy building phases. Because you master these few handful techniques. You've seen me call. I got you guys ready a week ago saying get ready for the drop in gold and silver. Not a change in trend, but they're going to start to have a little bit more weakness. How incredibly empowering and powerful it is for you guys to not only understand these markets in a way, but to get ready for moves like this. So when it does happen, you're like, I was expecting you. This is not freaking me out. Bring it on. And because other people that weren't, they're like, oh my goodness, right? It is just so amazing for me, right? We're going to have a quick look at silver here, guys. And the silver market, the one thing I'm actually watching for on the silver market is we've got the move up. We've got a pullback here. What happens now? Do we actually get the higher low? Right? Oh. Do we get this low and do we get this higher low? Because I'm telling you, silver could be a really, 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 really big move. Really big move to come. Right? And as you can see, guys, one of the hardest things for me, guys, when I first started trading is I didn't know this, right? So if you've been trading, say, less than 5 years, I would say, you're going through the discovery phase, right? You're going through like, what do I even focus on? You're probably watching me saying, oh, you're an idiot, John. I need the indicators. I need to look at the stochastic. I need to have the MACD because the MACD and right. No, you don't. You don't. Right? Now, you can keep doing that, and I promise you, you will eventually get to a point where you don't use indicators. That's if you're around long enough, because 90% of you guys right now won't be here in 6 and especially 12 months. This time next year, there's going to be fresh meat in my comment section. And that fresh meat is still going to call me an idiot. That's okay. Because guess what? My techniques never change because I teach you foundational techniques of how these markets work. And it really is only a few major powerful techniques. It's trend analysis and how trends are formed, how the higher lows are formed, so we can understand that. And then it's the energy using and energy building phases. We start to incorporate those two together. Those two things alone is going to supercharge your growth. Not a bloody indicator. It's stochastic. Not an economic data number that comes out. None of that bullshit is going to help you. None of that. Now, again, I get it, right? Unfortunately, my thinking was in the wrong place. And you guys that are probably thinking, John, you're an idiot. You don't understand. How can you trade without looking at the inflation number? And I'm telling you, and I'm asking you, and I'm asking you to be honest with yourself. How can you use something that is not predictable to have lasting success and confidence in your system here? Last thing I want to share with you guys is the good old Bitcoin. Things are really, really, really moving for me. Bitcoin, come big back down. Come big back down. There you go. Come big back down. Now, what have I taught you in this video? When there's a lot of movement happening, check the weekly charts. Why? Because the weekly chart is your friend. What's going on with Bitcoin? Oh, big move down. Oh, okay. So I can see, okay, up, down, higher, low, up, down, possibly higher, low, up, down, higher, low, up, down, possibly higher, low, and away we go. That's it. The end. No need to worry. So as this market was coming down here, it's just quite simple, isn't it, guys? It's so simple. Or it's simple for me now, because I focus on just a handful of most of the things to help me understand what's going on with the markets. But you guys that are looking at the economic data, successful people doing successful hedge fund managers, and then the indicators, you guys are screwed. Because now you got conglomerate of all kinds of stuff going on. Remember, the number one thing to your success in trading is your consistency of a trading setup. And I promise you, most of you guys right now are not doing well out of trading because every day when you're trading based off a feeling. Let me see what I think is going to be a good trade that I can hope and therefore I can hope I'm going to make money. No. When I trade the market, I go, I'm looking for my trading setup. That's it. And when I find it, I'm going to place the trade because I know most of the time it's going to make a profit. Then I'm going to use my skills to manage that trade to get out fast for small losses, maximize my profits so I can make nice, good profits. Rinse, recycle, repeat. Consistency. Be professional. Again, if you watched all this video, if you do want to go to the 6 and 7 figures, you know where you're going wrong, right? So one of the big things I do say is out of all the crypto markets, this one through here. Now traders, this is where you, like, it doesn't matter what market you look at. I want to show you something here, right? See this here? See how this, look at this here. It's not that complicated, is it? Look, notice how we had this sideways period through here. Now we broke out, we came down, made a higher low. Here we are here, right? Notice that through there. Interesting, right? So see, we went sideways for a channel. Chanel, there's the Chanel. And then we break out, we come back down, form the higher low, and now we're breaking back up. I want you to think about that for a minute there, right? Think about that for a minute. Now I want to go to Ethereum. My very first Ethereum trade was back here. Does this here, sideways movement, break out, there's the Chanel for a year or two. There's the breakout and then higher low. Does this here look exactly like Cardano right now? Yes. So I'm telling you right now, guys, this is where you guys are really, 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 really doing yourself a dissatisfaction. I just taught you one successful trading pattern that's forming right now Now, it doesn't mean it's going to be successful, so don't go out there and load the farm up, because there's a win-loss ratio with every single pattern, right? There's no guarantees. But this is where I love trading this type of setup, which is what? The Chanel, the breakout, the wait for the higher low. It's really simple. Then, now, obviously, I have what I teach my coaching clients is I then teach them this setup, yes, but then I wait for the exact precise pattern and then entry forms. Anyway, once you get the Chanel and we break out, we come down, we form a higher low at the top of the Chanel, and then we break out, there's a good probability we're going to go for a big move. Now, you don't know how much of a move, and then you don't know if it's going to be a move or not, right? So don't go out there and be stupid and go load up. Like, oh my goodness, right? So then when I look at Cardano and we see what Cardano's doing, you guys that are using your funky dunky indicators and your whiz-bang magic and then all these complicated things, I'm just like, well, is it channeling right now? And if so, did we get a breakout? And if so, are we starting to form a higher low? Okay, well, there's probably a high probability we're going to make a big move. And if it doesn't work, I'm going to get it for a small loss. Remember I said before, I'm only after what? 10 really good trades that's likely to make a good move. Now, this is more than 100% return. It's like, oh, John, what sort of scam is that? What sort of bullshit is that? Okay, it's the same thing, guys. Roblox, RBLX. I'm telling you right now, guys, you guys are just going to... What's this? Chanel, right? Actually, let me bring up this chart here because I'll show you. I actually entered on the daily charts here. What do we have here? Look at the Chanel. What? And then what did we have? Broke out, came down, higher low, and then we had to move up. Now again, that doesn't look like much, but when I zoom right in and we broke out, we came down, formed a higher low, and then we had this really big move up before the earnings. See, that's the same thing, guys. I showed you a trade that I did on Ethereum back in 2021. I'm showing what's happening right now. I'm showing you a trade that I got out literally just last week for 170% profit. See, it's all the same thing. You guys are guessing and hoping and, oh, I'm trying to look for that ID. Shut up. No. Go to the market and look for a powerful trading setup. Now, I know most of you guys out there, you guys have a hard enough time waiting one day. This is the problem with this setup here. But John, I haven't seen a trade in 2 weeks. That is your problem. You think you need a lot of trades this year. Guess what? The most successful private traders on the planet know that probably around 70% of the time, you're actually not trading. Oh, what a lot of bullshit, John. I've been watching this marketing and they said I can make $1,000 a week. Well, you know that's bullshit, right? Keep it real, right? Do you really want to make a few $100s per trade, or do you want to make 6 figures this year? Do long term, over the next 2, 3, 4, 5 years, do you want to have a high probability of having $1 million in your trading account? Now, I'm not guaranteeing that, but what do you need to start shifting in your mindset and your thoughts and your processes? Again, this is the reason why I have a whole year long of coaching with my coaching clients. Because it's not just the strategy, it's the management of then managing that trade, to capture the big profit. And then it's all this other stuff, the mindset, to stop them from doing all this other bullshit that took me 20 years. I've been trading for 20 years. And then I condense it down. Again, guys, if you do really need some help, I can promise you I can set you straight. Now, it's obviously an application. That's second link in the description there. And if you do really need some help, guys, go book a call with me right now. And I'll speak to you on the phone, because I promise you, most of you guys out there are just thinking about this, you're approaching this, you're doing everything wrong, from the strategies to the way you're thinking about your trading to your foundations. Everything you're doing is wrong. And I want you to have over the next 5 years, I want you to have a really good success. I want you to have a 5-year plan of becoming a millionaire, meaning having $1 million in your trading account, or $1 million in your account. How do we actually start to work on that now to make sure over the next 2, 3, 4, 5 years you can actually get that? Maybe even happen sooner. How do we have a high probability of potentially doing 6 figures in the next 1 to 2 years for you guys? Meaning 6 figures in profits. Right now, it's not a get rich quick scheme, but you can see what I'm saying here. So anyway, guys, go fill out the application form, guys. Second link in the description. And I promise I'll really, really, really help you out there.